inside. From here, I'm going to hop in underneath the inside ankle line. As I continue to pull him forward, I take him up and over with a hook sweep. Then I just come up on top. I'll show that one more time. This one's highly effective. It's another one of my favorites. This is my favorite way to hit the sitting hook sweep, where I just sit down on my butt. He gets an underhook. I get an overhook, just like so. From here, there's going to be a hand fight. There's going to be a fight for head position. I want to dominate head position. I want the top of my head and the base of his neck. He wants the top of his head and the base of my neck. So we're both going to be looking to dominate head position here. From here, there's a fight for hand position. If he gets a grip on me, I look to strip and I look to get a grip on him. Now from here, I'm going to set my left butterfly hook right here, knee against the hip, knee on the outside of the hip, foot on the inside. Now from here, I'm going to hop to the pyramid position, and I'm going to sit to my hip. As I sit and fall to my right hip and to my right shoulder, my left leg is going to stay strong and elevate Will up and over the top of me. So I'm here, I'm going to start to sit, pulling him in my guard, turning and looking where I want to throw him, and I take him right up and over. We take top position. So that is our sitting hook sweep. The penetrating hook sweep is stronger, where you step to the inside ankle line and send your other leg through, and you use rotational force, that rotational momentum. That is stronger, but this one works pretty well as well. Now, let's get up to the last technique in the video. Okay, we've covered the takedown, or the kickover takedown. Covered the kickover takedown, two varieties, the side kickover and the front kickover. Then we looked at two varieties of the hook takedown, the penetrating method and then the sitting method. And that's how we hit our hook takedowns. Now we're going to look at the fifth one today, the collar drag. We've already looked at the collar drag in the past, okay? So we'll review that quick, and then we'll talk about a different kind of collar drag that is even stronger, okay? One that uses the standing flank position instead of the pyramid position. We first looked at the collar drag in the pyramid position. He gets a power hand on me, I strip it, bring it across the body, I come and I take a grip on the cross collar, I step to the outside ankle line, I block, and I sit and I come to the seated position. He's probably going to be a turtle. And I come here, and then we rock forward, and we come up and we attack the turtle. You guys remember this one, yes? Yes, hopefully? Now, we're going to look at another variation of the collar drag, an even stronger variation, where we use the standing flank position, the same one we use for the penetrating hook sweep. So when I'm here, give me the left leg lead again. He sets the power hand. I again go with a cross cuff grip. End of the lever, we dance away and break the grip off. From here, I use my 2-on-1 control to take his hand across the body, and I lock my elbow into my own hip. Now from here, when Will tries to take this arm back, it's not easy. My right hand comes up here. I'm going to put my thumb inside the peak of the collar. As he squares up, I'm going to take my head to the opposite shoulder. Now, from this position, I'm going to step to the outside ankle line. I'm going to step my right foot as a blocker. And now you can see what's happening. As I drag and I pull him forward, he can't base with his foot because it's blocked. And he can't base with the arm because I have it trapped across the center. This is an incredibly powerful variation of the collar drag. We go in here, step, and he falls. Just like the hook takedown, we have two options. He's either going to curl up and face us, or he's going to turn away. If I see him turning into me, I pummel my foot into the pocket of the hip. My elbow goes into the pocket of the other hip, and we take top position. If I throw him and he goes to roll away, I capture the hip, he goes to continue to roll, I follow, and now I have top turtle with a tight waist. As he continues to fight the turtle, I can keep breaking him down, keeping him in an unathletic position using my tight waist control. We'll learn more about this when we study from the turtle position. So again, we're here, he sets a power hand. This time he's doing it on this side, which is okay. You gotta be able to do it on both sides. I take a cross cuff grip with my control hand. 2 hands underneath, 2 thumbs underneath. We dance away, pop it off. Now we use the strength of our 2-on-1 control together to bring his hand across the center and lock it into my hip. Now from here, my left hand comes off, and my left hand goes thumb inside to the collar, and as he squares up, my head goes to the opposite shoulder. Now from here, my left leg steps to the outside ankle line, so I get a good ability to pull him forward. And my left leg blocks the shin. We fall down, pulling him forward, landing on our elbow. Now from the elbow, I look and see, what is Will gonna do? If he turns in, I take my knee and my elbow to the pocket of the hip. If he turns away, I capture the hips and I follow, and I cover the hips. Anytime you can get that standing flank position, it's not hard to do. You have access to 2 of the strongest takedowns in your arsenal, okay? I'm gonna give you a very simple strategy for takedowns that's almost like cheating. Okay? It's so unfair. I don't use this all the time because of how much success I have with it. I try to work other parts of my game. But if you wanted to, you can make an entire takedown game out of this. I come up and I wait for him to settle a power hand. It doesn't matter which side. He sets a power hand. I set the cross cuff. I break, I'm here, and I set my grips, and now I'm good to go. I can come in with my collar drag, or I can come in with my hook sweep. It doesn't matter. Once you get that dominant grip, that standing flank position, the collar drag and the hook sweep are both incredibly powerful options. So what happens when this guy comes up here? He gets any power hand, doesn't matter, cross cuff, break, across the center, power hand. Now let's say I've worked with this guy before. I've hit this guy with the collar drag, and I've hit him with the hook takedown a number of times. And now he starts sinking his weight back and away. He lowers his butt, he bends his knees, lowers his butt, puts his weight onto his heels, and now it becomes very tough. Really sink your weight back. It becomes very tough for me to pull him forward. But now it becomes very easy for me to go into takedowns and drive him direction. Let's rotate. Okay, so if he is up, standing up, I start going into my pulling, dragging takedowns. But if he's pulling back and away and I can't pull him, well, now we go into our driving takedowns. And we go right back into driving options. Okay, maybe an ankle pick, maybe a single leg, what have you. Okay, so you could use that strategy of getting that standing flank position as almost a standing skill strategy in and of itself. It is so damn strong. Okay, one more time. We're here, it doesn't matter which side he grips. Cross cuff, bring across, and right here, and I'm good to go. I can either go collar drag and trip him down to the floor, or I can go with my hook sweep. Cross cuff, drag, I'm here, and now I come in, and I lift with a butterfly hook, and I toss him over the top of me. They're both tremendously strong options. Those 2 options, the penetrating hook takedown and the collar drag, both executed from the standing flank position with that arm trapped across the center line, are 2 of the strongest takedown options I have. I fail with those very, very infrequently. Those are a high success move for me. Before I get you out of here, one more variation of this very strong collar drag that I would be remiss if I didn't show you. And this collar drag, it combines the best elements of the 2 strongest takedowns. We start with our very strong collar drag, and against highly athletic people who don't go down on that collar drag, we finish with a hook sweep. Okay, so a combination attack. This is very strong. And if I ever fail with the collar drag, this usually cleans up the rest. Okay, but if the initial collar drag fails, this follow-up will get me success almost all the other times. Okay. So same thing. We're going to use our same standing flank gripping strategy. So I'm going to wait for him to take a grip on me. I go through. I take a cross cuff grip and I pull it across. I go here with my grip. Now from here, let's I'm gonna go for my trip. And as I trip, Will, being the savvy athlete that he is he's gonna reach for the floor with his right knee. So as I try to drive him down, he's not gonna allow himself to go all the way down to his shoulder. He's gonna use posture to keep his head and his shoulders up, and he's gonna try to save his balance by catching himself on a knee. And we end up here. Now from right here, let's rotate. Okay, so that's what happens. Now we're gonna do it on the other side so I can talk to you. I'm right here, he's got his feet back and away. I'm gonna go for the collar drag. And he does that. All I do now is I take my right foot, I pummel it to the inside position, and now I'm gonna continue to lift with my right leg, driving off the floor with my left, and pulling the head down with my power hand as I pull the hand across my control hand. I do all three at once. He sits his weight back, and now I pull, and I can complete the takedown. Okay, so I'm going to show that one more time slowly, and then I'll show it maybe in regular speed so you can see that you have to get good at chaining these together quickly. From this side again. He sets the power hand. I come with a cross cuff and break. Across. I set my grip. Now I go through, I block, he catches, I pummel on a butterfly hook, I pull myself back, and I come up. Now we'll do one more time, regular speed. Set the grip, I keep that off, I get a grip, just like so. I come through, and I come up and I take top position. So, my two strongest takedowns, the penetrating hook takedown and the collar drag takedown, combined together in one incredibly strong, very difficult to defend attack. Break him down to a knee initially with that collar drag, and then finish by taking a butterfly hook on the higher knee and lifting him, tossing him over. Now with that collar drag, you'll get a lot of people just on the collar drag itself. Many people, you'll break them all the way down to their shoulder, they'll go all the way down, you get your takedown. But against good, strong athletes, they're not going to go down so easily. They're going to catch themselves on the knee. So against the strong athletes, you're going to want this butterfly hook finish. Okay? Otherwise, if you don't even want, the collar drag is a good option, but don't forget about your penetrating hook sweep option too. Okay? Also an incredibly strong technique. All right? So there you have it. The side kick over sweep where you fall across. The front kick over sweep where you have to jump in to their inside ankle line and pull them over the top. Those were the kick over takedowns. I'm sorry, the side kick over and the front kick over. Then we had our hook takedowns, the penetrating hook takedown where we use rotational power and swing across and pull them over our shoulder. And then the sitting hook takedown where we get our overhook and we sit to the floor and hook and elevate and send them over the top. So penetrating hook takedown and sitting hook takedown. So we got the kick over takedowns, we got the hook takedowns. And then last but not least, we have this very powerful collar drag. We've seen the collar drag before in other varieties where we take maybe a straight cuff grip and a cross collar. But here we're looking at a cross cuff grip, peak collar grip with the power hand, and that is such a strong gripping combination for the collar drag. And for those few people that the collar drag doesn't take all the way down, use that last little butterfly hook, elevate, kick them over, put them on their back, take top position. With the arm dominant takedowns, the leg dominant takedowns, and now these sacrificial takedowns, and the foundational standing skills that you guys learned earlier this month of how to set a good stance, win the grip fight, generate motion, get them out of balance, and get to dominant position. With all these factors, these foundational standing skills, arm dominant, leg dominant, and sacrifice takedowns, you have a complete takedown game, a whole takedown system that you can take out to the mat and use for years to come. Great work today, guys.